against Ukraine. If confirmed, this would mark the first addition to the exchange pool of North Korean soldiers.
Russia's T-80 tank stocks are running low. The Omsk Transmash plant, a key repairer of these vehicles, may soon be forced to change its line of work. According to OSINT researcher Jumpy, the Russian plant Omsk Transmash, which is the key enterprise for repairing Russian T-80 tanks, may face the need for emergency repurposing. The reason is that the stocks of T-80 tanks, previously removed from storage bases for restoration in the Russian Federation, are almost exhausted. Almost all of them were destroyed in Ukraine. The research data is commented on by military observer and former Israeli army officer Yigal Levin. The latest satellite images of the plant, taken 3 months ago, indicate that all the vehicles awaiting repairs should have been restored by now. However, there is no other place to bring in additional tanks for de-preservation and repairs. According to Jumpy, it was the T-80 stocks that played an important role for the Russian armed forces in the early years of the war. These tanks, despite their age, were relatively modern, and most of them were returned to service. However, Russia now faces serious problems. With T-80 stocks depleted, Russia is forced to turn to older models of tanks, the technical condition of which is much worse. Many of the vehicles remaining at bases require much more time and money to restore. In some cases, repairs may simply be impossible. Levin stresses that this poses serious challenges for the Russian military. Tanks are a key element of military strategy, and their shortage could significantly weaken Russia's ability to conduct combat operations. According to experts, the plant's repurposing may be linked to the production of other military equipment or the repair of less modern tanks. However, this process will require significant investment and time, which will only add to the problems of the Russian military-industrial complex. T-80 tank situation highlights the depth of crisis facing the Russian military, experts say. It is worth understanding that although the Soviet Union produced thousands of these tanks, there are not so many of them left in storage, and it is an open question how many of them are used as spare parts, donors, and how many are generally subject to restoration or use as donors. The OSINT researcher Hi_Mazd conducted a study of the stocks of relatively modern Soviet T-80U and T-80UD tanks, which were in service with the 4th Tank Division. It was discovered that the possibilities of restoring the T-80U have been exhausted. There are several dozen of these tanks in warehouses, which are probably not suitable for restoration. The 4th Tank Division suffered significant T-80U losses at the beginning of the invasion, and at the moment these machines rarely appear in reports. Presumably the 1st Guards Tank Army, which is conducting combat operations on the front from Kupiansk to Svatovo, suffers from a significant lack of equipment, which partially explains the inability of the Russians to achieve success in this area, although the number of tanks, according to the deployed units, can reach more than 500 units.
The president of Chechnya, Ramzan Kadyrov, said that the next group of soldiers has been sent to Ukraine and broadcast the images of the departure ceremony on his Telegram channel. A special flight with volunteers took off from the Grozny International Airport named after hero of Russia Akhmet Kadyrov. Another group of true Russian patriots set off to protect the interests of the motherland in the area of a special military operation, he wrote. According to him, the volunteers underwent an accelerated training course, which includes a wide range of the most in-demand skills and abilities. The best instructors from the Russian Special Forces University named after Vladimir Putin taught the volunteers everything necessary for effective combat in various conditions, the head of Chechnya said, adding that upon arrival they will join the Akhmet Special Forces.
Руками украинцев воюют все члены НАТО, Америка, Запад, все. Почему? Потому что мы независимое, суверенное государство, с большим ресурсом, богатством, большая страна. Некоторым это, конечно, испокон веков всегда это не нравилось. И ни один человек в этом мире не скажет, что мы победили русских. Мы империи России. Не было такого в истории, не будет ничего. Поэтому я от вашего имени прежде всего хочу поблагодарить Общественный фонд имени первого президента Чеченской Республики, Героя России Ахматовича. Также главу Чеченской Республики, Герой России, генерал-полковника Рамзана Ахматовича Кадырова. И, конечно, инструкторов, которые с вами работают на базе Российского университета.